it was because he was flamboyant. And I wasn't comfortable with that because I grew up in an environment where that was not celebrated. Hey, I see you. I see you. Slow down. Take a seat. I got to ask you a question. When was the last time you listened to you? Not your friends, not social media, not the loud noise out there because the noise is loud. When was the last time you listened to you? YOU. If you're feeling hurried and rushed and stressed and feeling like your life is being pulled in 100 different directions, this message is for you. Hey y'all, this is Dwayne Barnes, of course, Courage to Be, and I'm just sitting here and I am thinking about how we give up our power, how most of us just don't trust our inner guidance because the world is so loud. Everybody is so loud. Everybody wants you to, do what they say. They want you on their side. They want you to basically be a puppet. And it's not working. It's not working, It's not working. Because I live in Hollywood. I'm an actor, and so being in Hollywood and being an actor, people are always giving advice, telling you what you should do. Go get this, go do this, go change this, go adjust this. You're constantly being directed. And oftentimes you can lose your voice if you ever had one. Because me personally, I didn't find my voice till about a year and a half ago. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what my truth was. I didn't know what my authenticity was, what my intuition was. I didn't know me. I didn't. And I really, 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 I really hurt myself, of course. But I also hurt other people not knowing who I am, not speaking my truth, not being my truth, not seeing my truth. And it was crazy. So I had this moment and with a friend, let's call him Rex. So I met Rex in high school. Let's say that, high school. And Rex was different than me. Rex was I would say he was a little flamboyant. I'll say that. And so at the time, I was not comfortable being around flamboyant energies. That was my truth. And, Rex and I had mutual friends. And so Rex, he wanted to be my friend. And the mutual friends knew that he wanted to be my friend, but I knew that my intuition and my gut, it was telling me no in that moment. It was telling me no. And I knew it was because of the obvious. I knew it was because he was flamboyant. And I wasn't comfortable with that because I grew up in an environment where that was not celebrated. And so he reminded me of what I didn't want to be. And I was judging him. I was internally, because I was ashamed of that part of myself, and he was reflecting that. I feel bad about it now, but that's where I was at the time. And so anyway, the friends just really, really wanted Rex and I to be cool. And so years later, probably in our 20s, we all reconnected. And again, the friends were trying to get us to hang out and we should go out to this club and Rex is going to be there. And I'm like, no, I'm not going there with Rex. Why? I don't feel comfortable around Rex. Why? You should do it. No. I don't feel comfortable around Rex. And so I ended up ignoring my inner voice, which now was an inner judgment or inner fear or inner insecurity or whatever. I ignored it and I went. And eventually Rex and I got really cool. Rex and I became homeboys. We were having a great time. We were drinking, we were partying, we were in our 20s. We were living our fabulous life. I remember one time Rex and I think we were drinking, I don't really know, but we were on the freeway and it was during the day. And for some reason, Rex was driving and I don't know what happened, but he made a turn and we ended up doing a whole, like a 180. And all I know is I saw cars coming toward us and Rex quickly turned away and we got out of that situation. And we almost lost our lives. And we would laugh about that. We had so many funny times. And that's what I end up enjoying about Rex. Like we would laugh. We would laugh. Such a great time. Such a great time. I would take Rex around my friends. People would maybe judge me. What you doing hanging out with him? I was like, no, that's my friend. This is Rex. It's my friend. You shouldn't be hanging out with him. Y'all don't even seem like him. Yeah, but he's my friend. It's Rex. And so I think Rex never, what happened was one of the mutual friends ended up telling Rex that I didn't feel comfortable hanging out with Rex. So Rex found out. But Rex and I, we still hung out. It was good, partying, drinking, having a good time. But then Rex, out of the blue, Rex just cut me off. Hurt my heart, broke my heart. Because at that point, I loved Rex. I love Rex. And I just felt so abandoned, so hurt. And he wouldn't even tell me why he cut me off, but I kind of knew what it had to deal with. I kind of knew what it had to do with. And I just felt so bad. I felt so bad. So it was 3 years and he's talking to all the mutual friends, but he's not talking to me. And I felt horrible. And then one evening, I'm walking through my neighborhood and guess who I see, y'all? Walking toward me is Rex. I'm like, oh my God, there's Rex. So I said, hey, Rex. He said, hey, Dwayne. And we just started smiling and we went and had coffee and we talked, just had a deep heart-to-heart conversation. And I told Rex that I understand how he feels. I understand how it feels for someone not to want to hang out with you because of who you are. I get it. And I deeply apologize to Rex. I deeply apologize to Rex. I told him that it had nothing to do with him, that it was about me and my insecurities and how he represented something that I never wanted to be, unfortunately. But I didn't feel that way now. I love you, Rex. You're my friend, and I'm so sorry for treating you like that. And he accepted my apology, and we went back to being the best of friends. Talking on the phone, laughing, confiding in each other. Just, it was a solid relationship. And then guess what? Rex cut me off again. Why, I don't know. But I've never seen Rex again, and it's probably been like another 3 years. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart because like I said, I understand how he feels. I do, and all I can do is apologize, because that's where I was at that time. That was my integrity in that moment. And so when he cut me off that last time, I was so hurt. I was so stressed. I went through grief. But the main thing that kind of hurt me was that, right, wrong, or indifferent, my reality was what it was. Like, I did not want to hang out with Rex at that time. And these group of people convinced me to push through my truth. And I did. And I ended up getting so massively hurt, so abandoned, so rejected. And then maybe it was karma because I did that to him, and so he came back and did it to me. I don't really know. But the point that I'm making is that I should have stood 10 toes down on my truth at that moment. Because maybe Rex and I weren't meant to be friends. Because honestly, even though we had fun times, but we weren't really equally yoked. I'm spiritual, I'm deep, I'm working on myself. Rex was not so much that type of person. So at the end of the day, maybe Rex and I was never supposed to be friends and connected. Maybe I was out of alignment all of those situations where I was hanging out with Rex. I went against me, and I felt the pain of it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. You see, in life, there's layers to stuff. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong or he's right. That's just the way it happened. But the moral of the story for me is that I went against myself and I got severely hurt. I think the goal is to always be true to yourself. It's to always follow your intuition. Think about great people like Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, Tyler Perry. Think about Tyler Perry. Like, he had a vision. His intuition told him to write a play. He took his money, put up a play. The play tanked, and he still got back up. He still trusted his inner guidance, and he still kept getting back up. And look where he is today, a billionaire. Oprah has stories like that. So many successful people have stories where they trusted their intuition, they trusted their gut, and it led them to some of the greatest moments of their lives. And as we can see with the story I told you, when you go against your intuition, your gut, your you, your YOU, You can end up with egg on your face, hurt, grieving, abandoned, rejected. So I just find that very, very, very interesting. So how do you trust yourself? How do you start to know the truth for you? Well, of course, if you get my book, Authenticity Over Approval, I'll give you 10 ways to cultivate that. It's available on Amazon and Apple. But even beyond that, let's talk about a few clear steps to begin to cultivate your intuition, your gut, your real you. And I say the first step is to spend time alone. Just like I'm doing right now, sitting in my car, spending time alone, thinking, processing, recovering, healing. Spend time alone. Spend time outside of the voices of the circle, the friends, the family members. Like, how do you feel? How do I feel about this? What do I want to do? Spend time alone, cultivating and getting to know you. That's one actionable step. Another one is stop asking people for their advice. Because when people are giving you advice, they're giving you the advice that they would give to themselves. And if you don't know yourself, you don't trust yourself, and they're telling you something, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's just a recipe for disaster, because a lot of times people are projecting their truth onto you, just like I did with the friends, just like what happened with the friends. They thought that it would be okay for me and Rex to be friends, but it ended up being very poisonous for me and Rex to be friends. You know what I'm saying? So stop asking people for their advice. Spend time cultivating yourself, getting to know yourself, getting to trust yourself, getting to be yourself, getting to love yourself. And stop asking people for their advice. That's number 2. Stop asking people for their advice. And the third one, and we're going to end with this one, is make some small decisions without second guessing. Just make some decisions and don't second guess it. Just do it. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is the decision I'm making. I'm going to do it. And whatever happens, it's going to happen. And we're going to be okay with it because I know it's coming from my inner truth. Just make some decisions and don't second guess it. Just trust yourself. And the more you begin to do this, the more you begin to build the muscle of trusting your inner truth, trusting you. So listen, family, your voice matters. Your intuition is a gift. Stop drowning in the noise of the world. Stop it. Stop it. It's not helping. It's not working. It's not. 100 in the comments if you're done allowing others to define your life. Drop 100. And if this message hit home for you, why don't you like and subscribe it and share it with somebody who needs to hear it? Because somebody needs to hear this outside of you and outside of me. This world needs to be free. We all need to be free and flowing and living our lives like it's glowing. Because it really is. This is Dwayne Barnes, and I got the courage to be me. Stay true, keep smiling, and most importantly, listen to you.